Hopefully the drilling doesn't get much worse outside. Alright. Shiva, what are you doing? Alright, it's time for the drill then, I guess. When Okuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another, I let it shout it. And then... Why is he using emojis now to communicate with us? What is this? The ultimate martial artist, funny face. A look to a murder mystery, winky face.
What?
Fuck's sake, what the? I've just recently discovered the power of emoticon. Oh, God, he's speaking the fucking fourth wall too. What do you mean evening? It's not evening yet, mate. Come on now. Hello there. Recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if it does in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body next to you. Fuck this. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
How about the reverse?
Phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? Oh God, I can't even realize that. He's right. That does make it seem sad. How can you read dialogue boxes? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I can't wait. I can't
Then
wait.
please get on the elevator. I see. What? Chat, is that the Kirby dance? I see you all down there. What the hell was that? Yeah, good question. I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't
I
look
don't
at
think
me.
I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? I'm going to cut off now. Alright, shouted. Bye bye. Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one who murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. He still looks, no. And the person is here. Man, this room feels really empty without Sakura here, because she was just like taking up the space of three people. Still have no idea what it could be though. That person is one of us. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator, I didn't even talk to anyone. Whoops. But with each step I took, I felt I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into the steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and it felt like it begins to. It begins its sinister descent. Okay, that feels kind of weird, but sure. Elevator.jpg. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clinking sounds. It fell lower and lower. And suddenly, as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. I did get another skill that I can actually use. Or something. Why is it like all? Why is it all of Egypt now all of a sudden? What is this? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? There's a few. You must be so lonely. You say that as like it's not your fault. That's we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class drill end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then,
are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. So the code number for the 4th time. Yeah. I'm not going to do your whole spiel here. A deadly class drill, we know. Want to save the data? Sure. So yeah, I don't really have any idea who did it this time. Hina is acting really defensive, but that's about that, I guess. Vocabulary increases bullet capacity, effective during bullet time while costs 4. Increases damage to the opponent, but I didn't actually select that. Statement is destroyed, effective. Alright. Steadies your aim a little. Increases the time limit for each phase. Yeah. Probably the best one. I can just open this. I thought it was like this section needed to be opened. Taking weirdly long to load out. Actually, everything seems to like a little bit. So we got a door. Just going up through the things here quickly. Actually, no, I need to read those. Benjamin recreation room. Slide these notes under each door. Never went. Not seen her at all that day. She never went to see her. Alright. Got plenty of time no matter what. The best one is the double HP focus. What if you show who gives that? Alright, let's get the show on the road then, shall we?
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
But why did you change the class drill into, like, Egypt? Like, why?
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then,
we already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro.
You said you knew who did it. You named 3 of them, though.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
Look, if it ain't just a hero, it's probably Hina herself. Because Toko wouldn't. And if it was Genocide Jack, it would be, you know, with scissors and shit, so... Like I said, I still feel that entire thing is just like one big red herring to throw us off. Byakuya? I don't know. It doesn't seem stupid enough to do that.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Oh, it's going straight into it, huh? Hello there, gangs. Good afternoon. Oh, wait a second.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive.
Hey, Ditto?
You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
I've heard of some Makoto, goddammit.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
So it's quite interesting, unfortunately you didn't guess the killer. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. Yeah, she mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low.
Okay, sure.
That's about as low as you can get.
Probably slow it down.
It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only...
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Should have moved when we got go.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
Can't disagree with Hina. It was a good reason to suspect all 3 of them. That doesn't mean one of them did it. I don't know. Ah yes, the pocket trash. We've all heard of pocket sand, but here we have pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
You're like the only one that this argument could work with, so unless it was a fake one, then yeah.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy.
Well, isn't that to say that it's like it got replenished because the box was gone?
So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Why would you take that though? Yes, I'm going to murder you and I'm going to steal your candy too. Why?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
Oh boy.
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Sure is making himself not look suspicious right now. But what Hiro said can be right, because Sakura only has gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I know that is because, Sakura was candy too much to shares. Sakura got the candy. You got the candy from Hina? No.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was,
I mean, he was acting weird when we found him on the first floor after that. I mean, so was Toko, but she's just weird.
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, that just changes the whole damn scenario if you did meet up with her. Come on now.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
Then why didn't you just say that earlier?
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Oh, no, he's acting sus.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
I'm not gonna say anything.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
What do you know?
Proof?
Don't throw
What are
bricks
you
at me.
talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What the fuck do you mean, shining message? What would the shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had
Alright.
written out Toko in her own blood, right?
Wait, how do you even know that? No one but Kyoko and Makoto knew that. What is this?
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with
Just
Sayaka.
continue to defend it this way. No, I just make the jokes and nothing else.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
How did any of you see that?
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
Huh? Unless I'm getting the situation wrong here, like, none of them should have seen it, only me and Kyoko should have.
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
So why would Hina know about it then?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away
Yeah.
from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Especially since it was in the Golden Book. Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was... on the magazine shelf then, yeah.
I got
I
it!
would say in, but not sure
Kyoko,
on.
you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Nothing you say makes sense, dude. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko had a dying message during the investigation, in which case it clearly contradicts what Hiro told us.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, but at the time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Ow. Yeah, it's the
And
bullshit
I can tell
anyway.
you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem?
What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
It's good that I had that white nose there, huh?
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no
Don't even
way
think
you
he was
could have
outside of
seen
the
it
room.
then.
No, he was all the way back in his door.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us,
The what
and we
now?
know who the killer is. Toko!
The what now?
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah?
No, because her fingers weren't dirty.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
And you would see blood, even if it dried up a little bit on someone's fingers. Trust me, I got diabetes, I know this.
100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. I agree. Oh god.
Show me
this
the
again.
proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh.
Oh, I hate it when this
Show me
happens.
the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
I really do not like this reload mechanic though. Oh, it was fine without it, but
I'm completely
Makes it
unconvinced that
annoyingly
Sakura
confusing at
wrote that
times.
dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using
well,
a
at least we
finger.
got that part out of the
But-
way already.
Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
What?
Ah! He admits it!
This is only getting weirder.
I figured as much.
You have to time it well to get the breaks between the cluster versus shoot. Yeah, but you also need to reload. And I just forget to reload, so I need to like reload 5 bullets at a time.
But why would you write something like that?
Because...
It's not my favorite aspects of the trails, at least. Also fever mode, yeah. And when you can't even see the bar anymore, it only makes it worse for me.
Because I killed her!
Yeah, okay, no way he did it, because he would just outright confess it that early in. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Trail over, yeah, no. No, it's never that easy.
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
She was probably already dead or some shit. So, but do you mind waiting? Ask a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then...
And then he sneezed. Yeah. Are we actually just a miss?
So my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Oh, thank you.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table.
Explain any of the mess in the
ran away.
In the chemistry lab either.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Yeah, I'm really starting to think she did it because she's so wildly aggressive.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking
There's also
about?
the drink
What
and
else
all
could
that.
there be?
A little bit vindicative, yeah. And that just makes me think like she either staged it or something. Or like trying to get someone else killed. I don't know. It's just a little bit out of character, it feels.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro doesn't make any sense? What would he do after writing the message doesn't make sense? Oh. I don't know why the magazine is
I
hidden.
got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
It's like in Among Us when there's just one guy talking the whole time. Ah, yes. Trying to act like he didn't do it. Yeah, I know that behavior. Know that all too well.
Huh?
It's been a while since we played it, actually.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Also, there is also a very plausible chance that after hitting her in the head with a ball, she doesn't even die, because she's just built differently. Come on now.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
Sakura can tank a hit or two, yeah.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Also, there was apparently 2 balls missing, so that doesn't explain the other ball. Unless someone else came in and also whacked her, like, right after that, which is, like, weirdly ironic, but...
But then, who was it?
I mean, the other one who found her... Well, no, you said the door was closed, so...
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone I wouldn't like what they've been written on about my one choice.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
Out of those people that you gave me, yes. Otherwise I would just say Sakura herself put it back, but...
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And that proved that. Oh boy. Here we go again. Oh, Jesus. Examination summary? That's very wide.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby. And I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Here is Sakura, that's for sure, but it doesn't end there with something that proves that the wound's on her head. Just got that twice, it says, right?
I didn't want to, but
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once.
yeah, just once.
No, it's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
I mean, you're also like just ignoring the fact that there's like an empty space on the right there as well. That like, and there were like 5 bottles before that when we got it the previous time. So yeah.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
Chat, what if there was some Mogus figures in those bottles?
After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Just look at how they're lined up in the picture. Come on, man.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between them, I'm going to move also starting to feel clear. Connection must be the object that was inside of the void. I mean, I guess there's like 6 chess pieces or some shit, but I haven't played chess in too long of a time, so beats fucking me. You know, chess piece. B. Hillary.
Now I understand. That's it. The chess pieces.
I guess there's only 6 chess pieces then. Pawn, rook, knight, bishop, king, queen. Oh yeah, that is 6 pieces. Huh.
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knife, if I remember.
So,
Chad, why is it a
what's that
knight? Why is the
matter?
figure itself a horse? It also doesn't make any sense. Unless you're telling me the knight is the horse, but it also raises more questions than it should.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Also, you can bet your ass that this is the reason that I'm going to remember how much different chess pieces there are. It's just how the brain works.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
So does this remind me of different naming for pieces in Russian? You have like different names there? I thought it was like worldwide the same.
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing.
Because instead of knight we have horse. Huh. I think even in Dutch it's just knight. And again the bishop is something different, I believe. I think we call the bishop a loper, which just like means a walker. I'm not sure about that though. Like I said, it's been like fuck, it might have been 20 years since I played anything chess related.
There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time
Since it
before
looked
the
like
murder.
one, yeah, I can't blame you.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
I mean, the rook is also kind of different in Dutch because it just means tower, I believe. It's been too long for me to remember.
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
The bottle that was missing, it was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
There's a single broken bottle and evidence that proves it is. You cannot figure it out before. Microchipping is up fun. Oh, they're interesting, that's for sure. Do I have a thingy for that?
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
So, Hero did a hit and run with the bottle, and then someone else came in and did another hit and run. I guess.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
Can we know about it? The second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by, well, some bowling aficionados. Ah, yes. Those are just like hidden in the wall, I guess. Huh?
The bottle that was
bowling
removed from the scene
aficionados.
was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
Isn't even an officer.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but But there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Didn't you just confess to you killing her like 10 minutes ago? Bro.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You know you could have just made it up on the spot. Come on now. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
This man is quantum stupid.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
No, she was probably in the locker then.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Implying he has a brain.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
And she just vented. He has some brain cells in there, but they're in a constant state of improbability. Got probed by one too many alien.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that your Douglas was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it for anyone to find. And what do you mean a new element? So far I've probably been pressing the X button during your final strike without a second thought, but from now on you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Oh, for fuck's sake. Now you have to choose proper true blow to use during the coup de grace. You selected the same as during the non-stop debate, pressing the L button. Also, like the debate, your logic difficulty set to kind, you have few riddles to choose from. But for educational purposes we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless, this is once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now, you go. Yeah, okay, sure, that sure is a moment to let me know that, huh? Well then, good luck and have fun. Bruh. What do you mean this is the halfway point? Oh god, we're doing this shit again then,
It's
huh?
a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie!
Oh god.
That's enough!
This should
There
prove
we
it.
go. I mean, it was easy enough to guess what it was going to be, but still a stress for no reason.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the
Still though,
bottle?
if that means it's only like halfway through the trail, that either means there's more murder cases than I expected, because like, I figured this would be like the last one, seeing how many little people were left. Maybe we get another one, but maybe like the ending is just that wordy or some shit, and I don't know. Also depends on how they like, agree on being like the halfway point, like text-wise, or I don't know, whatever.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll...
Alright, oops, double click on everything up.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
You also keep flip-flopping your mind, don't you? Flip-flop more than you do in the swimming pool.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
I guess he was smacked her with a ball, and then she came out and also smacked her with a ball, just to make sure. I don't know.
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
That is an understatement, sir. That is an understatement.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Ingy.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Oh, you mean...
Guess who's back?
Nice timing on the sneeze, huh?
It was your fault after all!
No, because we've already constituted if Genocide Jack murders someone, it's with scissors, not a bottle. For fuck's sake. Why do we have to go over this again?
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find.
No, not more than I guess.
Was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know.
You're giving Hero too much credit there.
But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
But he thought he did. So that's good. Keep talking like that and he's just gonna...
Well then, that's that.
Oh.
Let's start the vote.
Awfully quick to jump to conclusions, huh? Thought for sure you'd have so much for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't? Yeah, because someone still locked the door. Come on now.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Oh, God. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... still among you. Haha. Oh boy. Needing so many status body powder.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Shelf. Ah. The shelf in the chemistry lab. Second something Tokus would kill Sakura, and the problem is where did Sakura die? It was... wasn't recreation
I
room.
was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
No, wait. She knows magazine
You were
shelf
taken
now.
by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her!
And where did the attack?
Right when I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf! I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, I remember waking up right in front of the
You were taken by surprise when you... So you smashed her head in...
You got it!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke
Confused
up!
right now.
I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Oops.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine.
You were taken by
No, because
surprise.
she
You
was sitting
smashed
on
her
the
head.
chair, so that makes no sense.
And where did the attack?
Right when I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
It has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. It's on the floor.
I got it!
I gotta go up.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
Yeah, I don't think she can move Sakura around. Come on now.
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, because she would have been in the room when we got there. And the locker was open.
So she just hid in there till
nobody
everyone
just
showed up
proved
and
that one.
opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there was no Toko was hiding in the locker room because the locker was too small. I was in the locker. What do you mean?
I got it! Even before
Bullshit
we opened the
options
door
there.
to the rec
It didn't
room,
even need to be a question.
Hina and I both got a look inside.
Also, instead of I saw it myself, you should have probably said, you know, we saw the room was open and we are outside of the room. Or something like that. No. You have to just word it strangely.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Takes more than 2 shots to kill her, I guess.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Oh, I don't know, maybe the bowl of protein powder that was really on top of the glass after we already broken in. Actually, that still doesn't explain shit, but...
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... Why do you have to do this in the debate? Come on now. How are these accounts? 1, 4? Oh boy. Oh boy.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Oh, yellow powder. Some places might find a clue that has been written in there. Oh,
what was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide
Jill's attack, and what was it?
There's no other but killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No, that's wrong.
This is correct? It doesn't feel that way.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Yeah, because the hint there said like it was written in there, so that only like leaves the Monokuma files like the possible solution to it, but you would think like, oh yes, the yellow powder would be involved with it. No.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
You thought the power itself was first, but it was blocked. Yeah. This is like I said, the hint saying that like it was written in it gives away that it's like the Monokuma file, but game kind of fucks up here because the CG doesn't really show bloody Sakura is thought to be. Yeah. She doesn't even look that bloody.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
Ow!
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
Yeah, I mean if it vomits, it comes like from further than your mouth, so.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
She's only shows the amount of blood on her mouth, yet she's blood all over her head also to do ball smashes. Yeah, that's been bothering me. Like every time you see her sit in the chair, like you don't see any blood on her head at all. And then like in other scenes there's like a lot of blood. It's like really inconsistent.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
Yeah, you're into scissors, I'm not judging.
No, I'm not
Well,
into
maybe I should,
dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
CGs do so with blood lines is like support investigation is bottlenecks it.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
I mean, I thought it was pretty obvious that she got poisoned though, but.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Otherwise there would be no point in all that mess in the chemistry lab.
She was poisoned? It
Or the
isn't
really
possible!
placed bottle.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Bruh.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
That's also true.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Oh yes, Bolchino.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, of course, I'm not going to show this. I'm sure I know where we got it. It's on the same shelf as the supplements, I'm positive. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Who could put a bottle of poison to his lips, Hans?
Master!
He was so shocked at what we were seeing, all he could do is stand there and watch. But as if that's not the most natural thing in the world, Byakuyo's skull is ever. It's just a protein powder, isn't
That
it?
tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble!
Show off, yeah.
You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
You really think this man would take poison? Come on now.
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
I'm just thinking, chat. I don't know.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
I guess the I guess the yellow stuff on the floor is like from a third bowl that like is like broken on the floor because like they needed to have like a container to put it in while swapping the stuff or something.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Because you can't just do it with 2 bowls and like not put it anywhere else.
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Took the bowl from Byakuyo and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger in the tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
I don't know, if there was like some sort of powder in that bowl beforehand. I would have still cleaned it before putting the protein in and taking it though. Because it might still like have like some residue.
Which makes one
Technicality.
wonder. The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Well, the poison was actually filled with protein powder, which means that conversely the poison must have been in... Could it be? It's probably the yellow powder then, isn't it? I'm doing this again? Oh, bro. Oh, boy. What the fuck is this word? Protein drink? How can you write that word? There we go.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she
And
was
that
happy
is why
to
I
drink the
expect
poison
Hina
herself.
did it, because I think Hina would be the only one she could trust and drink from. So, yeah, I think that's it, huh? Something at the scene?
I
Protein
got
drink
it!
was there. After the fact.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the 2 materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Yeah, the shoes. The evidence is... I'm smelling something burny. The footprints, I imagine. I do still have it on... I'm trying to flip the shelf.
I got it!
But you still have like the
Footprints
yellow
left
stuff in the
behind
shoes too,
in front of the
so-
shelf.
Wait a minute.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Why did you visit it in the morning?
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, The footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now.
Please
Then
do
we'll see who.
for me.
It was me.
Huh?
The footprints.
Oh.
They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Well then.
Just as I suspected.
Is that really how it's going to end?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
The only people with sneakers are... oh Jesus. Makoto and Hina then, I guess.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. No, okay, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
You know, that's actually a pretty stupid question because I don't think I've ever even paid attention to anyone's shoes in any of the arts. Hell, I'm not even sure if you can see anyone's feet.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began.
Oh hey, at least you noticed it this time, unless like Celeste last time. You fucking idiot.
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it!
Wait, this still doesn't explain why the room was closed though.
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan
There's
to
still
repeat
also
yourself?
powder on Sakura's shoe that doesn't match up.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, Why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't
That's
notice?
definitely the case, alright.
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the
The
chem
only
lab.
other option I can think of is that Sakura did it herself, but that only poses questions.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Then the footsteps would be different. Because the footsteps came from the left side, not from the right side.
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't it a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Buggy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long until you figure it out? Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Sounds like something you could have said actually out loud, but footprints in the powder can lab shelf source of powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Let's stay in here. I was already in the right track in the camera, but footprints in the direction where they're facing. It's clearly contradicted the inner just told us. Okay, so I was getting it
First, I
correct.
went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison. And you spilled some of the powder. Yeah. Okay, and then
I moved from Section C to
No, that's wrong.
I mean, as you can see, I was already at like the answer ready, but I was like waiting it out just to be sure.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Can we just appreciate how detailed they put in the footprints when making a sketch?
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
Maybe someone else switched it beforehand and she just went to get it, so she didn't actually poison it herself, but she didn't assume it either. Maybe.
What the hell? What's going on here?
It's actually funny seeing him being taken off guard.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
It couldn't have been me, I feel
Are
like.
you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
Take it out of sea. Oh, God damn it, no, please, no.
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave
Just the
oversight.
same power as the shit on the floor.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A glass shard. In the bowl. Why?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I'm not even sure what a shard of glass means. Shard of library glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something the same shade of blue. The window?
I got
How
it!
the hell did it get in the bottle then?
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? Should have been in the section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the
Fucking
bottle.
glass bottles there.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
Actually, that doesn't check out the model theory because we find it afterwards.
If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
I don't think anyone even knew it was there because it never even got pointed out.
Same here.
Was it even there when I initially got into the room? I don't even remember.
Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it.
No, it should have been.
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
Because it wasn't
How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that because of his evidence is proof that someone brought the protein can to the room after it was opened. Oh. Well, we can get selected as an answer, we need to like use it as an argument. God damn it.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying... someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
No, that's wrong.
Okay, weird one still, but I get it.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Was it all pre-planned by him after all?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation.
He's really off guard as well, huh?
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
I mean, that would explain the state of the room, I guess.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Hello there.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
No, please don't ask me. I've got no fucking idea what's going on here. The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it back to the recreation room would have to be Sakura because of us dust on her shoes.
I got it!
I guess.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
So maybe she was like, oh yes, people want to get rid of me, I'll just like do it for them? I don't know.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
Like to atone for her sins or something? I don't know.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
So I realized Sakura definitely went to section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I needed. Now after Hina with it, I have to make her accept it. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Are we doing this again? Oh no. This is the third time this trail.
What are you saying? Wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you, I did it. Stop talking. You're a liar. Wrong. You're wrong. I hate you. You're a liar. What are you saying? Wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you, I did it. Stop talking. You're a liar. Do you have any kind of proof,
There's nothing
Sakura?
bullets, so this has to be it. I can't say I'm a fan that I'm doing this 3-diamond drill, but sure.
Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
And the weight on the shoe makes it feel like she was already standing there before it fell on the floor, though.
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
Yeah.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
And maybe she just wanted to straight up chuck poison and someone tried to cover it up. I don't know.
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No!
Getting me confused,
It was
that's for
me!
sure.
The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery in the locked room, there's only one way to explain it. Select someone. Oh no.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
It's the only conclusion I can think of.
What?
Unless it was him, but I doubt that.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to
And
believe
like I said, you got hit by two bullets in a row. She was like, you know what, I'm just gonna kill myself before any more people suspect me for things I didn't do. Or some honor bull crap like that. And then Hina tried to cover it up by putting the protein ball there afterwards. Or something. I don't know.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it.
Because yeah, that's only the only reason it makes sense that she was like locked in the room, so...
All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, it's like going to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
And Hina tried to pin it on either Toko or Hiro because, well, yes. Why wouldn't she?
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Makes me wonder if there's actually going to be an execution after this, then.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
You have to go get them, you have to go get the orders. Then she left. On shaky legs, he left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, The footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Okay. Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground.
Where was she hiding the can, though?
Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
Really insistent.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Oh yeah, there we go. Still getting to do this, huh? That one goes to there. It's over here now, I have the high ground. I guess. You go here. You're getting out of that, then you're putting it in upside down. Oh, wait a moment. What's the one with the notch? This one goes to the one Toko smacks on her head, because I can see that there is a knight of a... What is that? Green, I guess? It's in there? When she hit that, then the knight piece itself just goes on the other one. Yeah, okay. There's a picture with the knight in it, yeah. Didn't even look at chat there. She wakes up. Just grab the poison. I like how she's stumbling out of there. What's left here? Yeah, just hiding the bowl. And placing down the protein stuff. Actually, we still have candy one. Go away, did it? Oops, I mixed it up. I mixed it up. I don't think that candy picture plays in anywhere, does it? No. Yeah, it's just like there. Like dicey. Alright, that should be it.
You!
It was a lot easier to piece together than the previous one, that's for sure.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else, and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
Still wish to do that, but...
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
People are not going to forget that Hiro tried to
When
kill
he
her,
got
Hiro.
there, he
He's going to get
mistakenly
blamed for that
thought Sakura was
after,
going to try to kill him,
after this.
so he panicked.
Same with Toko, I guess. I'm going to be suspicious of those two.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
He just got that from the first drill we did, didn't he? The lean one.
But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
Certainly phone call freaked out Jill. Yeah. Also, Sakura must have been thinking, ah, fuck, not again. I just got hit by one of these balls.
This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
What do you know?
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
I just don't wonder what the reasoning for this was, though.
And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
I mean, I imagine we get the reasoning later, yeah.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Why is Jack freaking out there in the background, by the way? Like, why is the hair going up?
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort...
How did he do it, though?
was you, Hina.
Why would you want to get blamed for this?
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you?
His pride is hurt because he couldn't solve it. And that's why he's acting all flustered and shit.
When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Taste the power of friendship. But that means that there won't be any execution, so that's kinda... kinda funny. I guess we'll see what happens, I guess. Unless he's going to, like, execute an already dead body, but it would be kinda weird.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, I guess we'll see. Yes, the dead person is guilty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My
Okay, we're done here.
What did
So
you
that's
say?
all true, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't gone up to light, why would you have died along with... You would have died with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And it would be like, bruh, yeah. And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there. Well, I mean, you almost committed a murder, sir, so,
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean? You were going to take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins, because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. Serious, that's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such betrayal just make me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll just do it by my own hand. Oh, I see. That's... I put it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stomped out of the nurse's office. I ran after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffered for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive
my closest
this!
friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me to meet with them. You asked to meet with us three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up here at once, even you. Hina, please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
We're friends. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet.
Why?
And yet. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you didn't even think of all. No, that's just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
For the moment, yeah. Don't just stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Hina, you came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Like some protein. Could ask you to. Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. This is the last conversation I had with her. I went to the camel up to get the protein she asked for, and then I got back I saw the powder. That's when I realized. Saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there it was already too late.
Please.
Let me in, please open the door.
Why?
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 Why? Why did she have to die? She had weakness, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet,
Why?
we all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. You know, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. She wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out in the end. I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're going to deliver the final third Joker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. Long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is
What
this?
did you say? Well, Monokuma's gonna stir up some shit, isn't he? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion of what the suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course, I know what you was thinking. Because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What's that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
It's a suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. But in already.
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in the room.
Huh?
Then, you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case that played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, end scene, cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in the real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
glad you asked. For your benefit, I'll show read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know. You never heard the rest of her story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Fuck about the buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Oh, only that first line, huh? Okay. It was the first night in the strange school that the Mastermind came to see me.
See, the Mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it.
The real question here is why he's only half of this voice for some reason.
That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made a mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably murdered until the first murder had happened. Nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reach another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying to desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart at the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal a secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or maybe just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And I had to fulfill that obligation. I've decided to do the mastermind as and to fulfill the obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do that as I thought and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe and above us, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted us to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only a limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If we can thwart the mastermind's plan, if we can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring to the class drill to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Yeah, and that's where Monokuma took it and made the show out of it anyway. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone else. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt, not at all. I thought we were close and stale.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all the meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you always ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of your stupid meddling, that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone else blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean next victim? No one here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with a fake suicide note. Plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her, I can't blame her. And no one can blame Hina either.
Oof.
Or why are you getting all steamy? Whether or not there was a spy that never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? This is all I was supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Oh, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and I are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others can have cast aside a fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I love this moment, I'm just getting bored. There's no point in participating in a game in which has lost its sense of excitement. Which is why I no longer will be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I've only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks he can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. You haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Well, wherever master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe then I can catch on fire. What? Then maybe I can catch on fire. And everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say Sakura's death had no meaning. How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
Fun time. Anyway, let's forget about a good-for-nothing backstabber and let's get back on track.
You want me to punish
It's the
you
moment you've
guys?
been waiting for. Punishment time. What the fuck are you gonna punish?
What?
Wait, but Sakura's technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But...
It's me? Oh,
Wrong.
heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean we can just I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm fairly particular about the bad times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. What? A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh, it's going to be the laptop, isn't it? Yep. Figured as much. He's just going to demolish PC, I see. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. How is he controlling his machine like that? Never mind. Still question about it. Well, I guess he's balling. Oh, we didn't get to learn anything then from that. You suck, man. You turned into a mangled hunk of junk. Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe we should grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. Don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
It's for the sake of everyone else. I won't be afraid. Walter's ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned into fury, back and muddy and boiling over. Purple looped through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. Oh. How dare you? It was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just... Chat, why do I see like a weird, like... 4 pixels of like... Oh, that's from the thing in the back, isn't it? It wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him! This is what you call animism? Where soul dwells within the thing, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. I was trying to find things, it was trying to find things out all in the sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew we were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it all was going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take a plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data on the laptop, it was like, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
No, maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
Of course I didn't get care if you got access to it. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us, he wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
very...
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing, it makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends. They all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring this thing to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
To have your attention. Okay then, here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There was something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully you act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would be hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, don't want to ruin your surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. No, you can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. Is to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. I can never let any of your greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
Sex for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And just let me say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what, and that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. And maybe take out some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message. Her clue was to help us solve the mystery of the school. Oh no, she's gonna raise us as a zombie, isn't she? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celestial went over.
You...
Oh, what did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me, what did you do to my body? The Mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the Mastermind did? What did the Mastermind do to us? That's a billion-dollar question then, I guess. I mean, did the Mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? I bet if you try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. God, that would be a plot twist. No, I fell for just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class sale's over when the Kuma is gone.
But...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there? We'll head back up. No.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But, you know, I still feel responsible. Dial back the ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery that someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out. Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see what you mean. Then, I'll try.
Huh?
That just totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No.
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb a romance between me and Master. Oh no.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. I would never go for a sleazeball like him. Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are, sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want to abuse and give and take. Me. Because it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. These guys, I swear. And so, Sakura's class period came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope Speak Academy. Oh, calm down, Posse. But the story wasn't even close to over. Yeah, apparently not. I'm just like halfway in. We just fucking at like in the middle of the trail. Oh yes, you're halfway by the way. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up onto us. Oh, she's just gonna do a spiel. I'll take a drink.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Uh-oh. What? Wake up. Wake up, huh? The voice woke me out from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyes were like lead. What are you doing here?
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Someone's spacing out. In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Now I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You were unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m. Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Why indeed? It's no time for snoo, that's for sure. It's so late, what happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die, I will fight you. I want to find out what you meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko puts her lips next to my ear and whispered. Ooh. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? The words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center. But I thought it was locked. And we're going there right now? Oh boy. This ain't over yet. Guess this ain't over yet. always go to the gym first. Okay, quick travel there. I can take quick travel there. Made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. You might as well have let me teleport there then. Come on now. Eventually I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me here. She may be inside already. Put my hand on the door with a certain amount of force. Didn't open. Tried again, but... Well. It must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Ho! What are you doing up, mister?
Damn it!
Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, I just... Trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But...
Hey!
I can see that you don't. Don't waste my time trying to tell me crap that I can see for myself. It looks like you might break in at any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you going to try to tell me that you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Are you out there making a racket? Kyoko? Nah. Now you do?
You guys?
Whatever, the 2 of you. Just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trail.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah. Get out of here. Shoo. What the fuck was that about? So we left and we went back to our rooms. Jesus Christ. And Dan.
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was it all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and we leave without checking out a single thing. What was the point of all that?
Whew.
Don't worry about it. I figured out it would be the end of the conversation, just like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. What? What the fuck is this series of events? It is our turn to leave.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Whoa? It's not an anagram for something, is it? Kyoko's right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
What? Whoa? Whoops? Whoops the fuck? Don't mind if you've totally seen this character already, it's not just some assball. What? I like how a question mark showed up now after the 7. I see. Ultra lump. Okay, I see. I got bald. Well, that was something.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
Ultimate despair, huh?
Watch out for her.
Why couldn't you just fucking tell him when... Why did you have to go to the data room for this? Kyoko told me to watch out for Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. Dun dun. 3 days before we were faced with another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Well, that sure is a cliffhanger, ain't it? 100 mile dustbin of a junk food junkie. I see. I see. Yeah, that's the moment that I'm gonna call it for today at least. It's quite a short one today, it's like barely 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, starts a good point. Okay. It's going to be it for today then. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell that is about. There's quite some foreshadowing going on at least. But alright. Did we... Well, I mean, I guess we passed halfway point then. Oh boy. And here I told you we were actually getting close to the end, but I guess not. Alright chat, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.